alive. Don't think I know. Right. I don't remember. Zig build run. What was that? Okay, I think I remember. What I'm trying to do is allow X11 to take transparency as in the colors, basically, in the pixel. I mean, I didn't figure it out last time. I think set picked format. Not sure what this alpha mask is. This token describes how the library maps to the protocol without duplicating the semantics described by that document. Do need X11. There you go. Primitive types for the resources represented as card 32 or XID on the wire. XRender exposes them as unsigned long type as in the norm for 32-bit data. For resources represented as card 32 or XID on the wire, XRender exposes them using an unsigned long type, as in the norm for 32-bit data objects in an XLib compatible API. Glyphs are just card 32 objects, while glyph set, picture, and pic format values are XIDs. Okay. Picked format descriptions. Red mask, green mask, blue, alpha mask. Okay, what is a mask? The core protocol XColor type doesn't include an alpha component, so XRender has a separate type. Okay, X11 set alpha value, right? For transparency in X11 using XRender extension involves working with alpha compo, whatever that means. The XRender extension provides necessary functionality, particularly through the composite request, to perform alpha blending of images. However, in alpha channel, the composite request allows you to blend source picture with destination. Picture from a pixmap or window. When creating the picture, ensure that the picture format you use supports the alpha channel. Is this in XRender or? Okay, it is XRender. Let's look for this function. Finds the format suitable for each specified visual. Okay, let's have a look. What does it need? Display and format. Let's check it here. XRender finds standard format. And display. XRender picked format. Okay, and then what do we do? XRender picked format. I can just check here. ID type depth. Okay, I just need to check if it's null. I'm right. Doesn't return. It's not nullable. But how you check if a pointer is empty? Check pointer. It's not even optional. Yeah, let's just print it, see what's there. Build. Run. Okay, so there is big format. Type that color map. Let's print all of it. It's an external struct. Why can't I access? Type C import. XRender format does not support field access. That's weird. Alright, anyway, got the picked format. What do we do with that? I don't know. This. Let me check the docs. What's the other one? Uses xutil. Display visual info. Set window attributes. Create color map. But I'm not sure. That's not what I'm looking for. The thing I don't understand with XRender, well, the documentation at least, is how does it work with X11? Xcolor type doesn't include an alpha component, so XRender has a separate type. Let me check. Create image. What is a pix map? We specify returns fixed map ID that identifies it. Play visual depth. Data with height map pad bytes per line. Add pixel. Specifies the depth of the image. Create image. Oh, what was the variable called? XRender pix format. Create image. Okay, because I'm in the depth. C pointer. C. What is the type? And I think this expects a uint. Yep. Render. There's no support field access. Hang on. This is gotta find out where X color is used. Create pixel. Create pix map. Pixel. X image, XY. Unsigned long. Extension initialization. Client must negotiate the version of the extension before executing extension requests. Behavior of the server is undefined otherwise. Query picked formats. Create picture. Okay. So does that mean set a create image? No, that isn't. This request creates a picture object associated with the specified drawable and assigns the identifier PID to it. Pixel data in the image are interpreted according to the format. It is a match error to specify a format with a different depth than the drawable. The value mask and value list specify attributes of the picture that are to be explicitly initialized. The possible values are repeat, alpha map, picture or none, XY, clip XY, fix map or none. When used as a source or mask operand, repeat indicates how the drawable content should be extended in both directions. The alpha mask origin is interpreted relative to the origin of the drawable. By geometry, blah blah. Only pixels where the clip mask has bits set to 1 are read or written. The bit alpha value in the picture is used as a mask operand. The picture filter. Composite, trapezoids, triangles. Create glyph set. Contains RGB values. The glyphs are composited using component alpha true. I have no idea. Two thoughts. One, if you watch me, I'll build a live assembler on stream. Yeah, if I have the time. No promises though. I usually don't watch Twitch myself. I know it's kind of strange. Watch streams, sorry. Yeah, but I can pop by once in a while. Not a problem. Jeez, I'm getting more confused than ever. The XRendering extension is an extension to the X11 core protocol to image compositing in the X server to allow efficient display of transparent images. Transparent objects are computer displays composed of individual pixels, which can transparent can be only achieved by mixing the colors of the transparent object to be drawn with the background color. The screen mix it with the color object, then write it back. So there is a way to do it. Especially during font rasterization. That is what I'm trying to do. Excuse me. Provide several rendering operations and also alpha blending. Primarily to implement anti-alias fonts. So I'm on the right direction. Tessellation into either triangles or trapezoids. I don't care about this. XRender example. Composition functions. I'm not sure what this is. Okay, X clock. Clock example. It's another clock. Okay, never mind. And the protocol. Okay, let's keep it. And then to Xclock code, you also code for render related XFT functions it calls. How did you even find the code? Okay, here. Of course, it's not available. And X server. ZX clock. No, there isn't. X clock. Source code. Okay. Says Xorg. Xcloak.c. Okay, so there it does use XRender. Okay, what I want to see is CVT string to pixmap. Damn, I don't know how to even read this. Xmove free X the color. XFD font. A worksbench. How is it going? Well, no, not a lot of progress so far. I'm trying to figure out how to make XRender work with X11 so that I can anti-alias the fonts. But so far, I have no idea how to use XRender. So I'm looking at XClock. Somebody suggested to do that. So I'm going through XClock to see if I can get an idea. But so far, it doesn't look like it. What is the other files? Clock.c. Oh, okay. This is good. At least I recognize something. If def XRender. Okay, this file looks promising. Yep. Okay. Fix map. Icon fix map. None. Right. I want to see what they do with the pix map. What is XT? What is shell.h? Interesting. XT open application. X11 imported? Not really. Maybe it's not required. Let me have a look. Yep. XT set arg. What is XT? XT resource. What do they mean? No, go back. Where did the other one go? XT and icon mask. Icon pix map. Delete window. Exchange property, XT display top level window. Prop mode replace. XT app main loop. What is XT? Visualize widget request, new arc list. Draw line. Why do they use the display or the window? Okay, there we go. CVT string to pixmap. What is a CVT string? Okay. Converting data to strings. Specific function for string conversion is the BBJ language. Alright, let's just assume it's convert string for now. Convert string to pixmap. Okay. We have screen, color map. Convert string to XD font. I have no idea what this XFT thing is. So I don't see XRender anywhere. Okay, they do check. Jeez. Come on, XRender. How do you work? Jesus. Digital composition as the foundation. Define composition. Gonna have to like. Okay, so we gotta like. I do see a lot of masks. Render provides a single rendering operation which can be used in a variety of ways to generate images. Source in mask, OP, test. Where in is the port/def operator of that name, and OP is the list of composites. I don't know that word. Operators. Okay, so it's like operators for composition. Source in mask, OP destination. Jeez, why was the documentation so cryptic back in the day? Or maybe it's me. Well, it's definitely me. But I'm gonna figure this out. So destination is, I'm guessing this is the final image. Source and mask op test. What is autodef operator? W3C. University of Auckland. The first one looks. Okay, so there is source and destination. Okay. When we combine them, each pixel of the result is divided into 4 regions, both, neither, source, and destination. I see source, I see destination. I don't see both or neither. When we combine them, each pixel can be divided into 4 regions. One region where only the source is present, one where the destination, and one where both, neither. By deciding what happens in each of the 4 regions, various effects can be generated. For example, if the destination only region is treated as blank, the source only region is filled with the source color, and both region is filled with the destination color. If the destination only region is treated as blank, okay, source will be source, both will be filled with destination. Why? Sorry. Ah, right. Okay. Because destination is above source, if I understand correctly. Okay. Match the source image and then can be held in front of it. Destination atop. Source in mask. Okay, let's just look at the in. Is there an operator? Okay, here. So what is in? Source, destination, and both. One region value is source present. For a def operator that does this is called destination atop. Okay, because destination is on top. There are 12 of these operators, each one characterized by its behavior in 3 regions: source, destination, and both. The neither region is always blank. Okay, source and destination regions can either be blank or filled with source or destination colors respectively. Right, okay. The formula for the operators is a linear combination of the contents of the 4 regions. I thought the fourth one was 0. A source dot s plus a destination dot d plus a both dot b. Okay, so 0 is just ignored. Whereas 0 or the color of the source pixel, d is either 0 or the color of the destination pixel. And b is either 0 or the color of the source pixel. Okay, so b is either color of the source pixel or, okay, you or both. I'm guessing it means the logical or. With the alpha channel being interpreted as coverage. Okay. The areas are given by these formulas. Alpha S source is 1 minus alpha D. Alpha D is 1 minus alpha S times alpha D. Okay. The alpha channel of the result is computed in a similar way. Is right dot AS. What is AS? Destination AD plus A both is AB. Where did these come from? Oh, it's right here. Where AS and AD are either 0, 1, depending whether the source and destination regions are present. Okay. And where AB is 0 when both region is blank. Right. Okay, fair enough. And 1 otherwise. So it's basically just source, destination, and both. You just add all of these. Okay, so far. Maybe now we can understand in. So what is in? S is 0. Now what the fuck is S? Oh, right, it's here. Sorry. S is the source pixel. D is the destination. B is... What are these 0 zeros? Okay, now I understand. So the source is removed, destination is removed, only the overlap is kept. And the rest have an alpha value of 0. Okay, so it's only a boat, and you multiply the alpha values for those. I just want to verify. Okay, I think blending is not a problem for now. That was just one line of the documentation. And OP is any of the list of compositing operators described below. The source in mask. So only the regions common to both. And then composite that with the destination. Okay. To use this operator, several additional values are required. The destination rectangle. Okay. This is the subset of the destination within which the rendering is performed. I think we have this. This is just the window width and height. The source location. This identifies the coordinate in the source aligned with the upper left corner of the destination rectangle. I think for now we assume the source is also just the same as the destination. The mask location. Okay, aligned with the upper left corner of the destination rectangle. Flip list. The operator to use. Whether the source should be repeated to cover the destination rectangle. No, it shouldn't. So if we keep them the same. Source, destination, and the mask. A clip list. No, I'm not sure what to do with that. Whether the source should be repeated? No, we'll just keep it the same. Whether the mask should be repeated? No. Whether the mask has a single alpha value for all 4 channels, or whether each mask channel should affect the associated. Okay, mate, let me make some notes because I will not remember this tomorrow. Okay. What do I understand so far? Destination equals mask of the destination. Don't know what the source is yet. Put a question mark. And neither do I know what the mask is. Actually, for that matter, what the operator is. I do know the destination is the image. I guess the operator we could figure out. Operator. Something with alpha. I think the rest is just empty. These parameters are variously attached to the operands or included in each rendering request. The core protocol rendering system uses a pixel model and applies color only in the final generation of the video signal. A compositing model operates on colors, not pixel values, so a new data type is needed to interpret data as color instead of just bits. Data is color instead of just bits. The picked format object holds information needed to translate pixel values into red, green, blue, and alpha channels. It's RGBA. I think it's the opposite. Because the first 32 bits now used. Alpha channels. The server, I'm guessing the X11 server, has a list of picture formats corresponding to the various visuals on the screen. There are two classes of formats, indexed and direct. Indexed picked formats hold a list of pixel values for RGBA values, while direct picked formats hold bit masks for each of the RGBA values. I mean, the index one seems a lot easier. Values and direct is bit mask. GPA. The picture object contains a drawable of pic format and some rendering state. More than one picture can refer to the same drawable. Picture object. XRender create picture. We have the display, drawable, we have that. Don't have the format, the value mask, XRender picture attributes. I don't have this either. Creates a picture for drawable in the specified formats. Any values specified in attributes and value mask are used in place of the default values. What is it called? Create image? Yeah. Okay, so I was looking at the right method. Is XRender. Display drawable. What does it return? It returns a picture. Question is, how do you use that picture? X11 render, XRender picture. XRender composite. Load image data, create X image. Okay, so you create the image first. Then you create the face map. I don't know how much I believe that. Okay, address. Protocol types. Compositing operators. Glyph rendering. What I'm looking for is, how does it work with X11? Well, it might have been useful to include that. How does come together? How is the final composite rendered? Oh, I create an image using Okay, so works. Interesting. So PixMap is also a drawable. Create X image, create a PixMap. Into that server-side PixMap. So I guess instead of window, I use the PixMap. XRender create picture. Okay. Oops. Yeah, that one. So let's move this down. We need X create PixMap. Is that correct? It needs display drawable. And what are the rest? XRender create PixMap. Oh, it's because it's defined. I think it might be X11. That's why. Okay, that's why. Width, height, depth. Needs display. And drawable is just window. Window width. Screen buffer. Window height. And depth is 0. Okay, what happens after? Into the server-side PixMap. What do I put image with PixMap? Oh, okay, PixMap is the drawable. So instead of window, we pass PixMap. Okay, and then what do we do after? Okay, XRender create picture. So I'm guessing the drawable there is the pixmap. Needs display pixmap picked format. XRender find format. Ah, geez, I logged myself out. Display. What is the mask? Let's just find standard format. Display and then C dot. We have picked format. Okay, there's one more thing. Create picture. What is the value mask? Let's just use default. Picture attributes. This is a long. Okay, so now we have XRender composite. Source, mask, and destination. Text 32, string 32. Glyph ID storage type. XRender provides two parallel APIs for glyph rendering. A simple API which expects a string similar to xDrawString, and a more complex API which accepts an array of xglyph ELT structures. Each of these include a glyph set, string, and XY offset, which parallel the xdraw API. Source, mask, and destination. Excuse me. And you do need the operator as well. These could all be 0. This can be the width and height of... Why do they need 3 pictures? My guess is... Sorry, where did it go? It's to satisfy the statement here. Source, mask, and destination. I think the mask could be empty. Let me have a look at that. Only the parts where the source and the mask overlap. And that could just be an alpha value of 0. Parent. Well, it depends on the operator. What are the possible OP? Actually, I could check .x render composite. OP is just an int. I gotta figure out what the operator is. XRender composite. Must be defined somewhere here. Right. Okay, I think that's a problem for tomorrow. But at least I think I'm making progress. Feels like it anyways. And I think I understand it better. Create composite. Let's render operations are server side. I think that was important to understand. So I was thinking it was on the client side before I put the image. Operations on the image done once they are sent to the X11 server. Tiny progress. Okay, but I think I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Yeah, I do like that. Just an hour ago, I didn't know how XRender worked, but at least now I have some idea. So that's good. Yeah, I guess that's the point of the stream anyways. To, to slow things down a bit. To take my time and try and understand things better. Because it's the only time where there is no deadline. I can build things at my own pace. More for understanding than the end product, really. Because the only time I use Zig is when I stream. So it's a nice place to be. Because the rest of the day for work, or mostly work, good to do things on a deadline. So it's nice not to have one, and then to build things the way I want to build them. And understand things as deeply or shallowly as I want to as well. Alright, this makes me feel good. Alright, thank you for hanging out as always. I will see you back here tomorrow. This was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Alright, see ya. Hope you have a good one.